So we have another day in the kitchen and I'm going to be cooking supper this evening. I decided I'm going to cook a quail gravy, so follow along and see how we cook it here on the farm. So the first thing you're going to do is, we have about 8 quail that I'm going to cook in this gravy, and the first thing I need to do is I need to cut it up. So now that it's cut up into pieces, what I do is I cut the legs off and then I cut the breast in half. After it is cut up, it is time for me to season it up. I'm going to hit it with some of the Seals Family Farmhouse seasoning. Now a little bit of my Seals Cajun seasoning. A little bit of that Seals garlic powder, fresh garlic that I freeze dried. Alright, it's seasoned up. And now I'm going to use my freeze-dried onions and freeze-dried bell peppers to chop up to put in the gravy. So I'll be right back. Alright, so now I'm going to start cutting these up. I went ahead and grabbed a couple of jalapenos that are frozen. The rest of this is freeze-dried. I'm going to chop them. Okay, so now that that's all cut up, I'm going to set that to the side. I need to flour up my quail. Just make sure they're all good and covered. All right, now it's time to get our pot ready. So there's nothing better than cooking it in your cast iron pot. So I have my cast iron pot. I'm gonna cut my heat on about a medium heat. Throw in some tallow that I rendered down and let it start heating up and melting down. So some of the tallow that I use for cooking, I froze it in little cubes to be able to keep out as I need it. I pull one out. That was the remainder of the one that I had here in the kitchen, so I'll have to go get another one out. But I cook with my tallow. I make all my balms with my tallow, all my lotions. Just about everything I make is with my tallow. The soap. Starting to melt. So I just went and grabbed another bar. So this is how I freeze it in bars like this, but I have a feeling I'm gonna possibly need a little bit more tallow. This is to brown the quail in. See, that may be enough. Oh yeah, that'll be plenty. Okay, it's all melted down. Oh, got another little straggler over here, but it's melting down. I'm gonna give it a couple minutes to get just a little bit hotter, and I'm going to put the quail in and start browning my quail. So with this, you're not trying to cook the quail, you're just browning it. So you're gonna brown it on both sides. I'll let it sit like this for a few minutes, stir it around, and then let it sit a few more minutes till each one of them are kind of coated pretty good and brown a little bit. I don't get mine super brown, but the flour that's on the quail will help make your gravy. You see some of it. And if it sticks, don't panic. The onions and bell peppers, when I put those in, it'll start pulling some of that off the bottom. That's how we get our browning. Alright guys, I'm going to let that cook for a few minutes and I'm going to come back. Okay, so now that that has been browning for probably, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes, I'm going to pull it out and put it in this bowl, back in this bowl. set that to the side. Now I'm going to put in a little bit more tallow, and I'm going to put in these freeze-dried onions, bell peppers, and the frozen jalapenos that I cut up. Alright guys, I'm going to let that cook for a little while until the onions are ready. Alright, now that it has been cooking for probably about 20 minutes or so, my onions and stuff are cooked and the gravy's getting a little bit darker. I'm going to take my quail and I'm going to pour it in. And guys, listen, so when you put these in here, these juices, pour it in. That's what gives it flavor. All right, now I'm going to take the chicken broth and I'm going to put more chicken broth. And like I did my other gravy, a can of cream of mushroom. Campbell's cream of mushroom is the only kind I use. A pack of the Lipton onion soup mix. I put it in the can just like I did the other day with my other gravy. Give that a good stir. Make sure I get all that cream of mushroom out. Still some in there. Alright, I'm going to put the lid on and I'm going to let it cook for probably about an hour. Alright, so it's been cooking now for about 30 to 45 minutes. So I want to check it. It's looking good. My gravy is not quite as dark as I would like it to be, but I can see that on the legs some of the meat is pulling away. That means the quail is cooked, which it doesn't take long to cook quail because they're so small. But because my gravy's not as dark as I want it to be, I'm going to add a little kitchen bouquet to make it a little darker. I need to taste it to see if it's seasoned good. I think it is seasoned pretty good. So I'm gonna actually cut the fire down just a little bit to about say 2.5, kind of on a low. That way it can just cook. The rice is now cooking. So I know a lot of people are probably wondering why all of a sudden I started doing these cooking videos. So I don't normally cook because Shane works out of town, and he's on vacation right now, so he is home every night. Usually it's just me, so you know, it's easy for me to throw a pizza in the oven or something quick and easy. But when he's home, I like to cook him a full meal, and got to take care of him, you know. He takes care of me. So that's why I decided to start sharing some of my meals that I cook when he is home. So anyway, so it's done. I'll give y'all a picture whenever we fix our plates, as soon as the rice is done.